I think a big part of being a coach or a player is knowing what your strengths and weaknesses are. And I know well enough I'm not a comic and I'm not a great storyteller, but I hope that I can engage you for a couple of minutes with some thoughts that we all perhaps share. Difficult trying to figure out what I was going to talk about, because most of the time when I talk, I'm talking to youth groups or I'm talking to coaches. I'm trying to impart some information that they may be able to share. So what I thought I would do is talk about time and space. And as hockey people know, time and space is, we talk about it a lot. Obviously, offense is looking to create time, create space. Defense, just the opposite, trying to take that time and space away. And that's what I'm going to talk about, sort of. So it's about our time and space. As I was going through some thoughts about what I might say and looking at old photos, etc., that Renee had asked if we could come up with some. It became very apparent to me about time and space. So I'm gonna ask you the next couple of minutes, and I'm not going to be very long, is to kind of take yourself back to the time when you were younger and you were involved, and if you weren't involved with hockey, whatever sport it might be, and know how we mark our lives in time and space. Let me go. People in hockey have created the time and space in much of our lives. The time and space I'm speaking about came into focus with receiving this award and brought me back to specific times in a special place that has recreated vivid memories and illuminated special friendships. Many of which, quite honestly, my wife can attest to it, I can recall those an awful lot better than where I parked in the car. That does happen. But been very fortunate in so many ways. So take yourself to some random thoughts about time and space. And I hope some of these descriptions will take you there. The back patch of the Olympic Arena in Lake Placid, New York. I don't think probably anybody here knows what that is, but it was a small piece of ice at the end of the rink that figure skating instructors used to teach individual lessons. And so what we did is, as the young people in Lake Placid, we would sneak down there and get on the ice. So essentially, I'm saying in 1958, the age of 7, we were playing small area games and didn't even know it. Coaches from all walks of life that shared their time. Think about some of the coaches that have had the great impact we do. Their caring, their wisdom, helping us learn the game by giving us our space to be able to learn, to fail better, and to discover how to compete. No surprises for the players, no surprises for the coach. I love surprises. That's what made it fun. And this philosophy has been my compass for over 40 years of coaching. Another random thought. The smell of the rink at the beginning of the season. Unfortunately, as a few of our recipients tonight have commented, that we don't really have seasons anymore. It seems to go 12 months a year. But the newly made ice in the Olympic Arena in Lake Placid being black until we skated it white. Play spaces seemed so much bigger back when you were a kid. Whether it was playing ball hockey in the backyard or spending hours on a shoveled-off section of Mirror Lake in the middle of town, boots or chunks of ice as goals. And then when you got thirsty and the old timers in here will remember the skates were metal and didn't have protection on the back, and they were sharpened to a point. We'd kick a hole in the ice on Mirror Lake and get a drink of cold water. Special memories. I was always Stan Mikita. I remember that well. Our parents always knew where we were, even when we were gone all day. The indoor ice seemed huge when you were a kid. Amazing how that space shrunk as we got older. These and others were all spaces where we learned the game, we learned about ourselves, really in an unstructured, unhurried, and free way. And I guess if I'm sending any kind of message, I really wish that for our grandkids and kids, that more of those opportunities exist. The vivid memories of skating in the New York State Pee Wee Bantam Midget High School Championships in Lake Placid with 2,000 people in the stands. Seeing teams and athletes from around the world come in for the national and international Winter Olympic events gave us great role models as players and as coaches. Another memory, winning the first ever Steve Riggs Most Valuable Player Award at the St. Lawrence Winter Carnival Hockey Tournament. Steve was a great player and a wonderful leader. I feel like I won the lottery growing up in Lake Placid. I get a little choked up, I'm sorry. The environment there was where I developed my lifetime love for hockey. And simply, hockey gave so many of us North Country kids, not just Lake Placid, they gave us choices. It helped us to grow. I want to recognize a few of the many New Yorkers that contributed to whatever opportunities I've had in my career. The first one would have to be my dad, who was our first coach, and really created a youth hockey program in Lake Placid that benefited so many young people. Ray Pratt, that I know some of you in your St. Lawrence grad, he was our high school hockey coach, and I remember vividly as a sophomore sitting in his history class and playing on his hockey team and saying, man, if I could ever do that. I wanted to be him. I wanted to be him, and he did it so well. And he helped push me towards a scholarship at the University of New Hampshire. Another New York guy, the head coach at the University of New Hampshire, was Charlie Holt, and I know some people will say he's a Massachusetts guy, but he did coach a few years at Northwood School. And honestly, Coach Pratt and Coach Holt, their hand was on my shoulder every year I played and every year I coached. They showed us how to care more about each other in the game and the wins and the losses. Okay, a handful of people at my table. Bill Pelletreau is here, great friend. His wife Karen. Bill went to Northwood School. My favorite line made at UNH. Thank you. Am I done?
You're done. You thank you, right?
Jude, thank you. I'm sorry I didn't get to it, but we celebrated our 50th anniversary last year. Thank you. 50 years, and I got to tell you, she's an art teacher, and she taught me how to see the different layers that go into teaching and coaching. And as young people will ask me when we do coaching clinics, what do I need to be successful? What do I need to be successful? I said, make sure you get a good partner. Thank you.